Texas, look behind you, 'cause that's where the Rangers gonna be.
Tippett with the left hand. Out in front, Burnell started on the bench. Just joined us, late change for the Suns. Isles out, Day in, and Swallow starting as the substitute for them. Armstrong wins a free kick for High after all that in and under and a lot of tackles near the middle. Free kick there to Armstrong. Quick switch. Douglas went without it. Thompson can go over the top. Does so. Petrenko. McKay is a smooth mover and he uses the footy well, and he puts it out in front of Walker, who should put Adelaide in front.
Well, they do like to use the corridor when they can. And they found space there. It was an attacking kick, a dangerous one off half-back, but it paid dividends. And now Taylor Walker gets an opportunity to kick a goal for the Crows.
Been good over the last few weeks, Taylor, starting to find his feet a little bit more under Mark Bickley. Got a bit of a dodgy knee at the moment. There's talk he needs an operation, but he's a beautiful kick of the ball.
Just inside the 50, hits it pretty nicely off the boot, celebrates early. Crows back in front, Walker kicks his first.
Well, he's an important player for them. We've seen glimpses of him at his best. Hasn't quite developed the consistency yet the Crows will be looking for, but when he does, he is going to be an invaluable asset. He leads well, he's a strong mark. He doesn't have to mark the ball, he's actually creative at ground level, and as Mark Rasciuto told us, he's a beautiful kick of the footy. So he's got the potential to be quite a complete forward.
Totally up the AFL ranks.
Yep. Suns, just a bit of danger here. They probably want the next goal. 6 minutes remaining in this first quarter. They can't win a clearance. Thompson again. Walker infringed over the shoulder. Can he go back and have a shot?
A bit too good there.
It's going to get a bit messy, I think. Quarter time, the midfield of the Gold Coast need to get together and work out a plan, because they're getting absolutely thumped around
They've just got
there at the
to
moment.
assume they're going to lose the knock.
Well, the clearances are also dominant, 13-4, and that doesn't always happen when you dominate the hit-outs, but it is today because they're putting no pressure on them. They need to man up around the stoppages and become accountable.
Walker attempting to become the first Crows player to kick 2 goals this afternoon from outside the 50. Thank you very much.
He kicks the ball okay, doesn't he? That's an exceptional
That's into
kick.
the wind too,
Yeah,
Jazz.
and that hit the fence.
And might have been a slight miss kick. It had had a fade on it.
Good body work too against a quality opponent in Bock. He actually took the mark. He was paid the free kick, but he took the mark. He held front spot really well. Good use of the body. Kept his eyes on the footy. Bock had a hand in the back. He had a handful of jumper. Couldn't spoil. And then a brilliant finish.
Fraser trying to do something about it in the middle. Prestia first to it. Fraser, Ablett, wrapped up by Sloan, got boot to ball. McKenzie. Petrenko. Thompson again. We're just going to keep counting for him. Jacobs. McKay. Such a direct footballer. Knows where the goals are, knows where his big forwards are. Walker's going to go back and kick his third.
And like a good forward, he knows where the goal line is too. They marked it about a half a metre inside.
Simple trifecta for Walker.
The bigger bodies are taking their toll. Whenever there's a 50-50 ball up for grabs, it's the Adelaide Crows that are coming up with it. You have a look at it here. They're just buffeting the Gold Coast Suns players out of the way. And then their run and spread's been exceptional. And could have been shepherded through, but Taylor Walker thought, nah, I've got a taste for it today. There it is. David McKay operating at 100% kicking efficiency.
He's beautiful, isn't he? Should that be 3 points instead of 6? Come on, that was only half of it.
3 each.
For Taylor, 3 each. Walker's back out there again. The Crows now out to 33 points, and they've got themselves a very handy break. Brennan still trying. Swallow heard the call from Ablett, just missed him. Ablett stands in the tackle. To ball. And it's still going here. Mackenzie. Handball hoping someone was there. But first to it was Doughty, Riley, Thompson, Armstrong. Sees Jacobs, who's just going to hand a dish off. Brent Riley. Petrenko, we let it go. It came to him. Walker back out there and a mark within range.
They couldn't go 3 for 3, could they?
They may well do, Jason.
It looked like it.
Strange that he's back out there if he's in pain and you're 6 goals in front. It's an odd decision to send him back out there, Root.
Especially because the last time we got hurt, it didn't look like there was much in it, which you'd think would mean that he has got a real issue with it. But you wouldn't think, as you said, that he'd be back out there. Can he kick this?
3 goals early, but been pretty dry since then.
Interesting grip on the footy.
55 metres out. Will get the distance.
Bang.
Will get the accuracy. He's got 4. And Adelaide are comfortable now.
Well, you can see the look on Mark Bickley's face, probably just relief. Got a little bit too close for comfort, I think. And Gold Coast really dominated the first 5 or 7 minutes of this last term. They just couldn't put any scoreboard pressure on it. And unfortunately, each time it's gone down the other end, Adelaide have capitalised. 3 inside 50s for 3 goals. 7 inside 50s for no score for the Gold Coast.
King's running for him. Nahas hands to King. He's generated some momentum. Puts it up. Square. Revolve. Not quite. Talia lends a hand. Last line of defence. Jacobs. Crows are not done with. Riley from half back. 17 points the margin. Short pass to Walker. Riley to half forward. Douglas. And now they start to run again. Options are plenty. Puts it on the boot for Van Berlo. Backtracks. Fantastic grab.
We just see the ball bounce from one end of the ground to the other. Play on again.
Central kick and a one-hander from Taylor Walker.
Yeah, I think it was meant for Gunston.
Yeah, bit flat.
Yeah, no, well, Walker did well in the end. And Van Berlo's lifted. He's lifted the start of this last quarter.
And boys, Brody Martin's come in for Sean McKernan, so substitution for Adelaide Crows.
There's a John Cook bump on Basher Hooley.
Hasn't had much of a day, Taylor Walker. 2 kicks, no goals. From the paint. Makes it his moment.
Made the most of them.
It hasn't had a massive impact on the game up until this stage, but he got involved on a couple of occasions in this play. Had a big hit from John Cock on Basher Hooley, and he was very sore and slow to get up. But the transformation from Richmond from defence to forward, and then a deep turnover, caused Adelaide to go once again the length of the field, 165 metres, and they just took it up to Taylor Walker, and he's a very nice kick at goal when he's in form, and that was what they needed.
Still giving it all they've got, the West Coast Eagles. 4th spot is theirs. They head into next week's Saturday final at the MCG against Collingwood. And they'll head in off the back of 7 wins in a row, the West Coast. Marston, Huey, Thompson, Vince to Van Berlo. Slides one a little too wide for Tippett initially. Takes on Mackenzie, got his arms free. John Cock back. Cullinan, Thompson. Thumped away from Taylor Walker. He wins a free.
And speaking of ruckman, they're just giving Dean Cox a bit of a breather. Probably give him some extra minutes off the ground. And Quentin Lynch doing a bit of ruck work.
That's just the advantage, isn't it, Jared, of having Quentin Lynch
Able to do it.
able to maybe 20 minutes a game in the ruck, and he's quite effective when he goes into that area of the ground.
Been a 5-kick night so far for Taylor Walker. This for his first goal of the evening, and he drills it.
MCG, they'd love his work rate, they'd love his run. His problem is that Kerr's coming back.
They may have a force change. We're interested in how Smith pulls up throughout the week.
Ebert, Gaff, Embley all combined to get it to half forward. Darling down there. John Cock caught. Good tackle again by Darling. Nikoski couldn't trap it. Tambling does. Petrenko. Vince. Heads wide, hoping for Walker and gets him. Inside 3 minutes to full time. This might be the last kick of his year. Taylor Walker might as well take some time to get it right. He's kicked one tonight. Gives that a ride.
A good kick.
Threads it. Nice consolation prize.
Well, he's a player of enormous upside, Jono. We haven't seen anywhere near what that guy can produce. And if Adelaide are to go anywhere with this group, and that Neil Craig has spoken so highly about, and I think he's on the mark. I think there's a lot of talent in this group, but talent alone is going to take them nowhere. They have to have just the most almighty pre-season and come back and reset a standard for this footy club because it's dropped.